That awkward moment when I just leave you at the altar.
It feels like I don't like standing in front of it.
Pretty good crowd today.
Every 10 minutes that I have to do your research, I cannot check because I have a case or a Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to, I'm Burnett County Judge Brian Wilson. I call our Burnett County Commissioners Court meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. The time is now 9:00 a.m. We're meeting at 220 South Pierce Street, second floor courtroom, Burnett, Texas. I'm going to call upon Commissioner Dockery to introduce his guests for the prayer this morning and then lead us in the pledges.
Judge, we have Pastor Ellen Ely of the First United Methodist Church to open us in prayer today.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Come in, Tokyo. Now, is that working?
Yes.
There we go. Okay. Friends, let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for this beautiful place we live called Burnett County. We are so blessed. We thank you for the rain that we have received, and we humbly ask for more. No drama, just life-giving rain. We thank you for our Commissioners Court and for all who lead us. Lord, give them wisdom and insight as they manage our county and its business. Give them a measure of your insight in everything they do. Guide and lead them. Be with those behind me who care enough to get up and come to a Commissioners Court meeting on a Tuesday morning. Thank you for them and for their interest. Thank you most of all, O God, for your Son, Jesus Christ, our Savior, in whose name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Pastor. Appreciate it.
Sorry, I gotta go.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much. Thank y'all for joining us. I call agenda item number 3, public comments pursuant to Texas Government Code 551007 and the Burnett County Commissioners Court Rules of Decorum. Any person may make a comment on any item not appearing on today's agenda. Any comment made will not be deliberated upon by this Commissioners Court during the public comments agenda item. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. Public comments for items on a listed agenda item will be heard at the time when that agenda item is called. Is there any public comment for items not on this agenda today?
Charlie Parker. Do you feel like you're geofencing the citizenry more but enjoying it less? Tired of using the same old spyware? Well then, try the latest artificial intelligence brand of location analytics technology. Contact Eye of Sauron Incorporated and EOS Services for a quick online demonstration now. We are the specialists in tracking and tracing plus. Government snooping so easy, even a mid-level administrator can do it. After all, if those constituents aren't doing anything wrong, they shouldn't worry about the government invading their privacy. And what are they hiding anyway? Remember, Eye of Sauron Corporation and EOS Services provide you with the tools your government agency needs for collecting personal information from your targets anytime, anywhere, for any reason, and you don't need to worry about warrants or silly old-fashioned inalienable rights nonsense, because once we capture the individual phone IMEI number and ICC ID, we can secretly give you more data than you can ever imagine. Personal financial records, bank records, public records information, criminal records, credit bureau reports, job histories, etc., all at your fingertips. Partnering with our company in artificial intelligence, we warranty the use of their latest and most advanced tools to gather information on the most efficient manner with plausible deniability guaranteed. We also offer software packages for flock cameras exclusively for round-the-clock mass surveillance that you need. And remember, we offer discounts as you add more systems to your information gathering operation. The city streets aren't safe unless they're monitored with our systems. Geofencing, demographics, location analytic technology, flock cameras, all connected to our artificial intelligence software. Here at EOS, our motto is Fourth Amendment, Bill of Rights, not our problem. Eye of Sauron Corporation and EOS Services, linking the digital control surveillance systems for a more efficient future. You can't escape the Eye of Sauron.
Are there any other public comments for items not on the agenda? I close public comment. I call agenda item number 4, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding adopting a resolution for Thanksgiving for community history and for the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. George Washington said that in 1796 in his farewell address, of all the dispositions and habits which lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. In vain would that man claim the tribute of patriotism who should labor to subvert these great pillars of human happiness, the firmest props of duties of men and citizens. He also called on our nation in his farewell in the Thanksgiving proclamation that we render to the national government a blessing to all people, that we want to be as his servants, and we also ask this for the people to seek a national a time of pardon. So, Commissioners, I have within here a proposed resolution that you've been provided that that if it's okay, I'll read. Whereas Burnett County holds a deep appreciation for the unique history from its frontier beginnings to vibrant community it is today, built upon the hard work, sacrifices, enduring values of those who came before us. And whereas the United States of America is celebrating the 250th anniversary of independence, marking 2.5 centuries of liberty, constitutional self-government, and opportunity. And whereas this anniversary provides an opportunity to reflect upon our nation's founding principles, honor those who have preserved and defended our freedoms, and renewed our commitment to responsible citizenship and service to others. And whereas it is fitting for the people of Burnett County to come together in gratitude for our community, our history, and the blessings enjoyed by our citizens. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Burnett County that we express our gratitude for the people, history, and traditions and communities that have shaped Burnett County and contributed to its success. We recognize and celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America and encourage all citizens to reflect upon the enduring principles of liberty, civic responsibility, and service. We cordially invite all citizens, faith leaders, families, and neighbors of Burnett County to gather at the flagpoles of the Burnett County Courthouse on Thursday, July 2nd at 7:00 a.m. for a time of prayer, thanksgiving, and reflection in recognition of our community and our nation. I so move this resolution before this Commissioners Court.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Okay. Is there any public comment? Okay, I close public comment. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Hope to see everybody at 7 o'clock in the morning on July 2nd. Thank you. I call agenda item number 5, excuse me. Presentation of the general community grant checks on behalf of Burnett County and the Capital Area Housing Finance Corporation. Commissioner Dockering?
Thank you, Judge. Annually, the Capital Area Housing Foundation provides funding for nonprofit organizations. This year, the amount is $75,000. This is not county funds. We do not ever receive the funds. We simply are allowed the ability to allocate those funds. We have 14 recipients on the list today, and I'll be glad to present these funds to the entities with permission from the court.
Do I need to are we going to take a motion on this, or do I need to?
It's not, it's.
Okay. Is there any objection? We've again, we're a member of a larger organization that provides public housing and coordinates housing affairs, but it's not county money, and there's no actual need. Unless there's an objection, and we'll go ahead and call out the recipients and then do that. No objection? Okay. Please proceed, Commissioner.
Of the 14, each one will receive $5,357. Burnett County Vet Rights. Also.
Okay. Thank you.
Williamson, Burnett County Meals on Wheels. Burnett County Child Welfare Board.
Okay, Caroline.
Highland Lakes Family Crisis Center.
I can call them out if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Hill Country Children's Advocacy. CASA for Highland Lakes. Boys and Girls Club of the Highland Lakes. ARC of the Highland Lakes. The Helping Center of Marble Falls. Lakes Area Care. Huh, I always thought it was La Care.
Say it however you want.
Just kidding.
Just give her the check.
Just give her the check, that's right. Joseph's Food Pantry. Holy Cross Food Pantry. Community Resource Center. And the Workforce Network. Yes, yeah, if y'all would like, the grant recipients, please come up here and we're going to take a photo opportunity if you don't mind. Appreciate it. People, you and I will just make a picture.
We were.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you all. Thank you very much for all you do.
All you do for our community.
Thank you. That's right.
We really appreciate all the work that y'all do in our community. Thank you so much for your volunteerism. God bless you. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to use a little prerogative here to adjust the agenda item. We're going to go ahead and call agenda item number 28, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding bid number 26409007, the lease or purchase of new copy machines for Burnett County pursuant to Chapter 262 of the Texas Local Government Code and other authorities, accepting or rejecting the bids to lease machines in an amount not to exceed $254.32 per month per machine from Fund 14090-4620, accepting or rejecting the bids to purchase the machines in an amount not to exceed $9,100 per machine from Fund 14090-5750, receive input from elected officials and department heads regarding this matter. So we've contacted the companies who submitted a bid to present brief 5-minute presentations today. All the companies except Xerox are present, as far as I know, have an order that have been randomly selected. The companies have been chosen in random order to present. And so the first presenter will be Canon. Is somebody here from Canon? Okay. Now, because these are hard goods, I don't really see the need to ask the other vendors to leave. These are known products. They have specific, and they don't necessarily have the same product. So everybody else can remain seated while they're doing the presentation. And so, Canon, you can go ahead and introduce yourself for the record. If two of you will speak, go ahead and introduce yourself at the beginning, and then that way we can.
Yes, sir. So I'm Justin Young, account executive with Canon. This is
Okay.
Chris Jones.
Okay. Thank you.
We brought copies of our presentation. Did we give them to you?
Yes,
or-
just hand them to Commissioner Luther there. Help. Did you bring 5? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, wasn't sure. So we appreciate the opportunity to come present. This would be for the fleet for the county. So the executive overview, why we would do this would be a countywide modernization, a strategic alignment, so to right-size the configuration machines with the bid that was given to us, a unified life cycle, so we'd be able to stream your copy and print and scan secure flexible capabilities across all your departments, and a flexible acquisition. We offered both a purchase or a lease, depending on what the county would prefer. We used a DIR pricing cooperative, so it makes it pretty easy. It's 100% turnkey. We're bonded and insured, obviously, with the requirements that were needed. The proposed hardware, so we offered 5 different options, once again, with what we were presented to align strategically with what you guys already are using. So it makes it very easy and meet all the specs that you guys were looking for. We have a security architecture, so 5 pillars of security. We offer a tamper-proof hardware. All of our machines are FedRAMP authorized, and the DoD hard drive erase at the end, so we don't hold the information on the hard drive. We can erase that at the end whenever the term is over. This is probably the most important part. It's our service level agreements. So the fleet average would be 4 hours. When we get a service call, we'll have someone on site within 4 hours of that service call. We have a 80% first time fix rate, meaning when our technicians show up to fix the equipment, 80% of the time it's fixed on the first trip that they come. The only difference in that would be if it's after 2 o'clock or so, it might roll into the next day, just depending on. We do that by business hours. I thought this was very important. We include our local references. The biggest one for this would be, we have the school district here, so the Burnett County Independent School District. We have all of your copiers there. Travis County next, we do those as well as the Texas State Railroad, or Texas Railroad Commission, excuse me. And then the last would be most important as well, is why Canon. We're a proven government partner. We're very big in the government space. Once again, DIR approved, so that's the purchasing vehicle that we're using. Responsive local service, we have 14 technicians in between Austin and San Antonio. We can also pull from Dallas or Houston if needed for a bigger deployment. Predictable costs, everything is given to you up front. We've loaded prints into our bid so that you don't pay anything except for overages. So if you go over 75,000 black and white and 30,000 color copies. That's the only time that would be any different. Proven results, once again, would just be the references that we just talked about. The last page is just the pricing, which you guys, I believe, already have. Once again, we offered a 36, 48, 60-month lease. We pulled the prints into it that would go across the fleet. We also offered a purchase pricing as well, depending on what the county prefers. That's kind of our presentation. We'd open it up for questions if you guys had any questions for us individually.
Just want to clarify, the number you gave, the maximum number black and white and color, that's per machine?
That's per fleet.
Oh,
Per fleet per month.
Entire
And
fleet.
it's
Okay.
not maximum. That's just what's included in the price.
Okay.
We have an overage of, points, I think it was 0.0035 for the black and white. So any print over that 75,000, you'd get charged,
Okay. That's per
0.0035.
month or per year?
Per month.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, and then there's no rollover on that. So it's whatever we hit that month, it doesn't roll over into.
No, sir. Yeah,
That's
it
correct.
restarts.
Yeah,
The next
okay.
one.
You've got three different machines quoted here. Which of these? So all three of them comply?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, so one's a black and white, couple are color. We got one larger one smaller one, depending on the volume or the space requirements, stuff like that for the offices that you're looking for.
So are you anticipating, if you were the selected bidder, would you anticipate then you're not gonna just have one generic machine? You'd use different size machines
Yes,
based
sir. We use
upon the
different ones
office's
depending on-
requirement?
Yes, sir, depending on what the requirements are for, what you guys are looking for. What you currently have, we just kind of went with that and what would best align with what you're looking for.
We matched what you guys had already established was what you had with your, so.
In other words, if one particular office is using a couple hundred copies a month, but they're really important, and another is a production office that relies heavily on regular copies, then.
We'd have a bigger machine in the larger volume office
Okay,
compared to
got
the
it.
smaller one, the smaller
Good,
volume.
okay.
office.
Okay, any other questions? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, CTWP, are they here today?
Yes, sir. Hi.
Howdy.
How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Okay. I would almost certainly forget everything that I intended to say, so I wrote it down and I'll read off of it and do my best to make some good eye contact. Thank you so much for inviting CTWP to join you all this morning. This has been a relationship we have been
State
excited.
your name for the,
I'm Chloe Allen.
thank you.
That was part of it. It was just 3 paragraphs
I'm
in.
sorry.
I apologize, Judge. This has been a relationship we have been excited to build, and I'm happy to tell you a little bit about myself and the Texas-owned and operated company I represent. My name is Chloe Allen, and I am a 6th-generation Marble Falls, Texas native. My family settled in Smithwick and are still on the same land, and I'm raising the 7th generation here now. As for CTWP, we have been in business since 1979, long before I was dreamed up. We have 7 locations from San Angelo to San Antonio, up to Bryan, Waco, Temple, Corsicana, and Marble Falls. David Willey built this company on the basis that being local matters, having a relationship matters, and this is the foundation of all 7 of our locations. When CTWP purchased the building in Marble Falls 5 years ago, David wanted someone local to run it. A mutual friend of ours suggested me for the role, and although selling copiers was unfamiliar to me, the importance of being local was not. I have a vested interest in the service you receive because I'm likely to run into you at the grocery store. Same goes for our technicians. We have a father and son duo who both reside in Marble Falls and are on site to handle all of your service calls. This year has been an exciting one for us as CTWP was named PEC's copier company, same with the city of Burnett, and now hopes the county. Our partnership with Kyocera allows us to offer the best price on equipment and color, and this is why this is our #1 equipment choice in the Hill Country. Our color is billed based on the amount of color on a page. Instead of being charged a flat rate per print, your machine is able to decipher the difference between a simple color copy, business color, and creative color. We see drastic savings when bringing customers over from a competitor because no other company offers this. We are able to do this because of the relationship we have with Kyocera. Our services do not stop at copiers. We are your one-stop shop for wide format and production print needs and postage machines. I will be glad to put together a proposal for any additional equipment you may be interested in so that we can streamline your point of contact for those needs as well. Our technicians will work closely with your IT department to pre-program equipment as needed with IP addresses, address books, and any shortcut presets that may help each department with their day-to-day operations. We will schedule the installations along with trainings offering a hands-on experience to each employee so that everyone is comfortable with the transition. When an opportunity for a service call arises, each machine has our service department phone number on the front. You call in, share your machine ID that is posted along with the service number, and share the opportunity. Our technicians will then be dispatched from Marble Falls to address the concern. I always tell users, no issue is too small. Always call us first. Don't spend time trying to solve a copier issue yourself. That's what we're here for. We are so grateful and excited for what the future holds between CTWP and Burnett County, and we are proud to serve as your local copier company. I'm happy to answer any questions that you all have.
I guess I asked the same question. You've got different machines here, so you'd base the machine size on the office usage.
Yes, sir,
Just take
exactly.
office usage. And then the same thing on additional accessories if an office needs that accessory.
Exactly, yes, sir.
And I know you had two references, PEC, and what was the other one?
PC, and we have the City of Burnett, and then, of course, Marble Falls ISD. We have the City of Lago, City of Jonestown. We're all over the place here locally.
And so on your, do you have a threshold on number of copiers included with the price, or is it?
It's however many you all choose of each. That's what the price is going to be based on. So
Okay.
you price per machine.
But I guess what, like this 3501, 114 for a 36-month lease, that includes how many pages or per month, or is there?
So it's going to be a cost per copy, but service, labor, all of that is going to be included regardless.
Okay.
So we're not going to charge you for an amount of copies that you may or may not use. We're going to charge you for what you use so that you're not paying unnecessary costs.
So then you go over to the far, on our column, far right, it's 0.004 is the cost for the copies.
Yes, sir,
Pay
exactly.
the lease and you're covering all the core elements of the cost, but then for every copy, it's going to be 0.004, 0.01 for, okay,
That's correct.
got it. And no distinction between color and
There is, yes, sir. There is a cost for the black and white, and then there is a 3-tiered scale that we charge bill color on. And so that's going to be based on the amount of color on a page. So if you print out a piece of paper and it says, Burnett County Commissioners Court in blue on the top, another company is going to charge you a flat rate. We're going to charge you that lowest tier.
right, okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the question.
All right, next is ImageNet. Anybody here from ImageNet? Okay.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hello, hello.
Hello.
There we go. I don't have anything to hand out, so
Go
we'll
ahead and
just.
state your name for
Oh,
the-
yeah, sorry. I'm Kyle Seward with ImageNet Consulting. Nice to meet you all. I'll just talk to you guys. So we responded to an RFP. You all are requesting a handful of copier devices, printer devices based on what you currently have. A little bit about ImageNet. This is our 70th year in business. We're a technology company. Used to be a typewriter repair company. We do not do that anymore. Otherwise, we'd be extinct. Hopefully, you don't have any. I myself have been here 14 years now. Lived and breathed printing more than I'd probably care to. But again, technology company went from the typewriter world to the analog copiers to the multifunctions that you all use every day. In addition, we got into the audio video world, document management, records management, IT support. I say all that, we're continuing to evolve and grow as the world does as well. So as you guys change your business, change what your needs are, we do the same thing. From a company-wise partnership standpoint, we work with a lot of different manufacturers for different various reasons along the way. But what ImageNet has provided is an HP solution. So I believe listed on there's only two, but there's actually three models. There's one that's a desktop color printer. So what was requested, and to go ahead and get ahead of a future question, are these the three models? Yes, if that's what you all want, right? So you all have XYZ models now with XYZ capabilities. Our biggest asset is a print assessment, right? That's me physically walking. What are you all doing? What do you have? What do you need? Site surveys, right? I don't expect what you are doing today to be what you were doing 5 years from now, right? So if we can help reduce the number of devices for different security reasons, or increase or change the capabilities because this has just been the status quo. This is what we have. So copy and paste it over and over. That's where I come in, right? A machine's going to be a machine. So it's, what are you doing today? How can I make it a better situation in the future and ongoing? So the devices are designed for the capabilities that you have today, whether that's what you want, what you need. We can assess that. We have tools in place to monitor who's doing what automatically, so we're not bugging any end users from a billing perspective. Same for toner. They'll all be automatically sent out before you run out with a label that says it's going to be on Bob's desk for his machine, right? So that way it's just set it and forget it kind of thing. We also have metrics that are monitoring the devices. So when there's service issues, there's kind of like a car, right? There's parts that are going to fail. Our technicians get alerts in advance, order those parts, show up without a service call ever having to be made. So more of a proactive approach. From service, prints, volume, capabilities, what you do today doesn't have to be what we do 90 days, 180 days from now. You all are requested based on the volume that you're doing. We've an allotment of pages, right? So it doesn't matter where the volume comes from. We built a pool of 100,000 pages, black and white, and 30,000 color. That's what you're doing. One thing that happened like during COVID, right? Printing fell off of a cliff. We then would just right size that volume, right? So if it now needs to be adjusted down, up, that way from a budgeting standpoint, it's easy. We can do that at any point in time. So technicians all over, geographically located. Again, they'll be as proactive as they can with alerts from the monitoring that's built into some of the devices. And then biggest value add, me. We'll set benchmarks day 1, day 30, 90, however frequent you all want. We'll review these numbers. What's the good, the bad, the ugly of the partnership, right? How do we constantly improve? What are y'all's goals? How do we reduce print, increase capabilities, whatever? We'll sit with you and show you, here's the data, here's what's going on. That way you guys can make educated decisions from there. So it's a lot more about us, but that's the gist. Any questions for me?
Okay. Looks like your preemption worked. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Okay, the next one is Toshiba. Is anybody from Toshiba here? State your name for the record, please.
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm Jim Carmack. I'm with Toshiba Business Solutions. We worked on your pricing. For the equipment, for the medium and large departmental needs, we proposed the eStudio 3025 and the eStudio 4525 AC. Both of them are color. The advantage you get with them, they both have identical screens and operate the same. The capabilities, they have printing, scanning, faxing. They support up to 11 by 17 and can be configured up to 5,200 sheets of paper if that's what you're looking for. For your smaller office needs, we went with Brother. Brother is a national partner for Toshiba. They are rated as one of the more reliable pieces of equipment on the market in the print world. So it's been reliable performance, and they're just really, they're workhorses. So why Toshiba? Toshibas are built for productivity, security, long-term reliability. This includes advanced scanning, built-in OCR. OCR is important because a lot of times now we're working more towards a digital platform. OCR will help you benefit and do some of the work for you ahead of time. Have cloud-ready capabilities, secure authentication, encrypted storage. Security in general has been really important on copiers these days. We work with a lot of government entities that's probably the number one thing on their list is having a secure device. It also is user-friendly. The Toshiba equipment has a 10-inch user screen. I've been doing it a long time, but it's actually a very user-friendly button configuration. Hit a button and you can figure out what you're wanting to do. This doesn't require us to have much training, but we offer that also. Reliability and support. This is where we really stand out in Austin. We have a national presence. We have a worldwide presence. We manufacture our own equipment, but my technicians actually live in Austin. I live in Austin. My sales rep lives in Austin. We operate locally. So from a local feel, if you need to make a service call, you talk to someone in probably San Antonio or Kentucky. We have people who work here in the States that would man our calls for us. So from us, we try to give you the benefits of both worlds, give you the benefit of being the big company with the manufacturing and give you the benefits of having the local feel and having the local touch. With my sales rep, you'll find that she's very customer sensitive, so she works really well with customers in this area. So if you get to work with her, you will get the benefit of someone who really worked hard for you. And finally, we believe that the equipment provided for Burnett County was modern, secure, dependable, technology, securable platform, and we appreciate your consideration and happy to answer any questions at this point.
Do you have any local contracts?
Excuse me?
Do you have any local contracts?
Yes, we do.
Any public entities that you're serving now?
I do. If you want a county that you could call, Caldwell County. Could be one.
County.
We do all the equipment. The configuration that you have here is very, very similar. The only difference I did differently in Caldwell is I did all 45 page per minute units, didn't do any 35s. And then the brothers, we limited to, I think it's basically the same type models you have here. And they love the equipment. They've had it for 2 years. I think they have 70 some units and had about 5 service calls during that time. So what you're looking for in a vendor is you're looking for someone that you don't see my technicians, someone that has reliable equipment and stands behind their product. And that's what you get with Toshiba. Any other questions?
So in addition to the monthly charge, then we have for the 25,000, then there's an additional charge each month for each one of these different machines. Is that
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
So, and that's for, okay, black and white and color separately?
Yes, sir. It's separate. Same thing with the printers. We do try and keep it simple. We kept the numbers the same for both the printers. If you use a printer, all the printers print to the same and then the same price on the copiers.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? All right. And then Rico? Am I saying it right? Rico? Anybody from Rico? Okay. Okay. All right. Before I do anything else, I'd like to go ahead and open public comment. Is there any public comment? I'll take staff and department head comment in a moment.
I think there's one more.
Oh,
We have Xerox or Sharp.
who are you with?
Sharp.
Oh, did I miss?
Sharp. That's on the second one.
Sorry, Sharp. Yes, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. Somebody's got to be wearing glasses again. I really thank you for calling. Yeah, Jim, would you mind?
Hi, good morning. How are y'all?
State your name for the record, please.
Jason Hooks. I'm the president and general manager for Sharp Texas.
Okay.
And this is Daryl Patton. He is our state and local government manager that manages all of our local, state, and government accounts. All right. Just kind of as a handout, right? Not exactly something, that you have to follow through or follow ahead with. But just from a Sharp perspective, Sharp is obviously a global organization that is really hyper-focused on technology and business services. We are actually one of the 150 largest managed IT organizations in the country as well. From a print perspective, obviously print is one of a couple things that we do. It is actually our top revenue generating business. Obviously, we're a large company, right? But we are built very differently. We are built to serve the ISDs, the communities, the citizens that we basically serve. And at the end of the day, our organization is built in such a way where, which is very different than a lot of the people that have presented. We're a global organization, but we build everything at a local level. So what that means to you is if you place a service call in the state of Texas, it will be answered within the state of Texas. We do not offshore billing. All of our billing, my billing team is in Dallas. Our logistics team, we have about $3.5 million worth of equipment in the state of Texas in 2 different locations. So what that means to you is, we're going to serve you at a higher level. And when decisions do need to be made, they can be made quicker. There's no bureaucracy. There is myself that manages at a state level, and 2 levels above me is the CEO of the company. So we have deliberately, as a global organization, built this local caring model. As it relates to Burnett County, we serve a lot of counties, so we are very familiar in how you operate. Here locally, we do Gillespie County, Williamson County, Dallas, we do Dallas County, Houston, we do Harris County, and then many, many, many more, right, at a smaller level. As far as service delivery, all of our service is delivered at a local level. So we have a Pflugerville office. We have technicians that reside in Burnett County. And as a matter of fact, Daryl doesn't live too far from here.
Liberty Hill.
Yeah, Liberty Hill. So what that means to you is, you're going to get that quick response to, the challenges that you have. And, somebody else mentioned it, but, the technology is extremely solid. We spend probably more money in research and development than most of the other companies combined. And what that means for you is, it gives you the ability not to experience those issues, right? And when you do, how fast can we get here is really what it comes down to. How quick can we serve the community? And, our average response time in this area is about 3.4 hours. But what's more important to you, our uptime is above 99%. So what that means is for all the equipment that we serve in these general areas, we are up over 99% of the time. So, which is what's important to you guys. It gives you something reliable, that your staff and community can fall back on. And, we have equipment that kind of aligns with your needs. And, with that, I'll turn it over to Daryl for any specific questions.
So for this proposal, we utilized the information that was provided to us by the purchasing team by department, but obviously we, if we're awarded, we'd love to go department by department and assess the needs of each department, because we find that works best when we find out exactly what configurations they would need. For the service pricing, we utilize a cost per page model, so that way you're only paying for exactly what you're using. So. Open it up to any questions you may have.
Any questions, commissioners? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, now go ahead and open it up to public comment. Is there any public comment? Close public comment. So is there any department heads or employees or that want to say something about this this presentation? Anybody? Okay. So Commissioners, we are faced with a situation where I guess in 2020, the county received a lot of ARPA funds. We apparently spent a lot of money buying, using ARPA funds to just purchase outright copying machines. And so what's happened now, 6 years later, many of these machines are beginning to fail or get to end of life. And so we need to make a decision. Now, this line item that is in the budget proposal would be moving a lot of the core services into the, what is it called? Is it not unallocated, non-departmental, that's what it's called, excuse me. And so we would have to say, if we're going to try to streamline these machines as they begin to fall off, and some of them are still working, but what I figured we needed to at least take some time and examine where we are as a county with this technology. We don't have to make a decision today. We can get some more input, but it was just getting with the various proposals. I was presented with first a very wide array of proposals. I worked with the auditors to streamline it into the table that you see in the book today, and then I'm just trying to. And I do want to make sure that we address what the county needs. That's the most. In other words, the tax assessor collector might have a different need than the treasurer, and so we need to figure out how we're going to address this. And of course, the sheriff's office and the clerks probably have a very different strategy. So we can take some time. Maybe I can reach out for some more input. But I just wanted to get this presented to you and to see if I could get some information about how you wanted to move forward. And if you want to adopt one of these, we're welcome to do that today, or make a motion and put me out of my misery. So, and I apologize to Sharp that I was looking at two lists and I should have been looking at the one that they gave me. So, okay. Do I hear motion? Do I hear any discussion about doing some more analysis? We can refer it to Herb Darling.
Judge, can I make a comment?
Sure, please.
I'm an old man, I've got historical data.
There you
I've been
go.
here a long time. Herb Darling, Burnett County Development Services.
Can't get typewriters again.
Man, I had my heart set on an IBM Selectric.
That's where we were going.
That's where I started. I will say this, what I have noticed through the years, that when we had a lease on the copiers, the service was much better than after we made the purchases. Just my 2 cents. I don't know if a lease is a better option. I heard a lot of these people talk about their ability to service, but service is very important to us. We are lucky now that we're integrated in a network to where if one copier goes down, we can bounce to another one. But it is a hassle. But I would urge the court to look at service, and that's a big deal to me. What I've seen the last 4 to 5 years since we purchased machines, it seems like service went down. Downtime was greater. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other comment? Staff, public, whatever. I close public comment. Any more staff or elected officials? Okay.
I mean, the lease does seem the best way to go on all of them.
Yeah, and one of the things that having the different machines for different offices gives a little bit more latitude. We don't necessarily have to just pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like 135, whatever. You can pick. So a smaller office, if a larger office can pick larger machines. So I kind of like the ones that give some variation, so that we don't get caught into everybody using a very small machine just because that's the configuration for the whole county. So.
Judge, just based upon the consideration on the presentations made today, I'd make a motion to accept CTWP based upon the fact they're local. They have tiered billing on the color, and they already have an established rapport with MFISD, PEC, and the city of Barnett, so we know that they're local. And that
I'll
they
second.
would respond.
Okay. Okay, it's been moved and moved by Commissioner Dockery, seconded by Commissioner Byerly. Is there any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your time coming here today. I call agenda item number 6, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the adopting of and adding a conference room policy to the existing Burnett County Library System policies. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay, close public comment. Yes, ma'am.
Florence Reeves, Director of the Herman Brown Free Library, representing the library system today. The purpose of this policy is just to put some structure in place, especially as our conference rooms are being used more frequently. And we're also expanding our conference room spaces in Marble Falls, Bertram, and here in Burnett. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Did you just, Florence, you say you're expanding the space in Marble Falls?
Yes, I believe I know they are building an additional conference room.
Oh, an additional conference room?
Yes, and Bertram has conference room pod, and we are in the process of getting our conference room pod so that we'll have 2 conference room spaces available.
And this is agreeable, all the libraries, of course, and it's been vetted through legal, and I didn't see any issues. I move for approval.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved by Commissioner Byerly, seconded by Commissioner Collier. Any other discussion? I do have a question. So we have other space like the AgriLife, and we have different rooms. How does this fit into any standard that we have for these other policies? That was my only thought when I saw this was, is there anything different about this policy I remember one time I brought Kelly over. Did y'all talk about a standardized policy for other?
We did not, and given that the spaces at AgriLife and the spaces in the library are so very different, and that may be a sit-down discussion for later because I'm not 100% sure all the parameters and usage that AgriLife has as opposed to what we have at the libraries.
Okay. Is there any kind of meeting that wouldn't be allowed in the libraries that would be allowed at AgriLife?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, as far as in this policy is what I'm asking.
I have, it has been a long time since I have looked at the AgriLife usage policy back when we were first starting to use their space. I did not refresh their policy in preparation for today.
Okay. That's fair enough. I'm not against this policy, but I'm just worried that we end up with different kinds of policies with different rooms, and they're all county buildings. So, but there's nothing in this policy that's blocking a particular kind of use.
It would be in accordance with our meeting room policy. Well, meeting room policy is a little different. So basically, the purpose of the conference room is to allow small private meetings. So we're talking about Zoom calls for business. We're talking about testing. We're talking about
Okay, this is not the
interviews.
meeting room. Okay,
This is not the meeting room.
Okay, I missed that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So this is small conferences to.
Yes, so this is, yeah, just small private individual meetings as opposed to public meetings.
All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Thank you, Florence.
Thank you.
I call agenda item number 7, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the proposed amended Burnett County cash handling policy that was originally adopted on 5/12/2015.
Good morning, Carrie Crownover, Burnett County Treasurer. We did update the policy, revised it just a little bit. The red line version was attached for convenience, and it's just revising that now we accept more than just credit card payments as far as electronic payments that are accepted. We do e-file, e-payments. We have a department that is going to start using a Square machine. So it's just broadening that we can take several types of electronic payments along with cash checks, money orders. Also, changing that we no longer have a courier to pick up deposits from each office, so that it's each office's responsibility to get it to the depository or to my office to take to the depository. And those are the two main changes. I think we just had it referenced a couple times as far as which type of electronic payment transaction we would be able to accept in the policy. And that's it. And then, of course, the date to bring it current.
Great. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay, I close public comment. Do I hear a motion?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Luther has moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dockery has seconded. All those, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 8, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding expanded Burnett County's planning grant application with the Texas Historical Courthouse Preservation Program by adopting the resolution for Burnett County Courthouse preservation. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? I close public comment. So, thank you. Second, please. This is, as you know, Commissioners, we've got several applications, the emergency grant about the courthouse leaking and settling, and then we're also going into a planning grant that we've already adopted a resolution, and then the Historical Commission wanted to ask us to consider another resolution to make sure that we're on board with utilizing the full services of the Texas Historical Commission if our planning grant is successful and they ask us to do additional work. So it's kind of a follow-up to something we've already done. Any questions about that? Okay. Do I hear a motion?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Dockery has moved.
Second.
Commissioner Collier has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 9, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action concerning the request for replat of lots 25 and 26, Log Country Cove Unit 1 to be known as Lot 25A, Log Country Cove Unit 1, a combination of 2 lots into 1. Commissioner Luther, Mr. Darling.
Move for approval. 2 into 1.
Okay.
2 into 1.
Any public comment on this agenda item? Okay, I close public comment.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Luther, seconded by Commissioner Dockery. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Put it right here. Move it out here. I do. Right here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I call agenda item number 10, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action concerning the final plat approval for Point Lago, a private subdivision consisting of 4 lots on 52.79 acres located in the 2000 block of County Road 410. Commissioner Dockery, Mr. Darling.
Judge, Commissioners, I would ask the court to move this to the next agenda. I need to have some discussions with the engineer
Okay.
on the cost to completion.
Is there an objection? Seeing no objection, I'll skip it to the next meeting or to a future meeting.
Thank you.
I call agenda item number 11, discuss and consider and take appropriate action regarding merging 2 part-time positions into 1 full-time position at the Herman Brown Free Library. Commissioner Byerly
Yes, sir.
or Ms. Florence?
This is a full-time position that I'm gonna let her talk about it more, but she's been trying to figure out how to get for some time and through some how things have been happening and stuff, she's getting creative to make it happen and not be very impactful on her budget. go ahead.
So Florence Reeves, Director of Herman Brown Free Library. Yes, for some time, we have needed our genealogy library position to be full-time. And so, as Commissioner Byerly mentioned, getting creative here, we have a part-time, it is currently a 26-hour-a-week part-time position. We currently have a vacant 24-hour-a-week position. And instead of getting another part-timer and having this patchwork of people, I would like to merge these two positions into one full-time position. And in going over the numbers, this was calculated when we had 8 pay periods left in the fiscal year. It would come to merge the two positions, including benefits pay, would be $28,035.84. However, calculating using the rate of pay and benefit scale I received from HR, it would only be $24,339.20 if it went full-time. So county would actually be saving a little money. And one of the reasons that we need this to be a full-time position is the nature of our local history and genealogy center has changed. It's no longer just books on a shelf that people come and look at every once in a while. We are actively answering queries. We're working with the Historical Commission to gather information ahead of history book number 3. We're also realizing if we do not preserve some of this information digitally, we're going to lose it. And so thankfully, we're able to do a lot of this in-house, but we need somebody there who knows what they're doing to do it. So do you have any questions for me?
No, I just want to, you said it nicely, but just that department or that side of her house is, so to speak, is becoming its own animal that needs management, and genealogy research obviously is growing. So I know I don't have to sell you guys on it. This is more of a pitch to y'all about the library and what you can get at the library, I suppose. But the genealogy side is definitely a hot item in a lot of places, but especially here with our history and stuff. So allowing them to continue to grow that. And thank you for looking ahead to do that.
So can I just clarify, the difference in price with fringe benefits and the price is, what's the difference again?
The difference is,
I just want to make sure I understood.
so the difference is, we're looking at,
A little less than $4,000.
Yes.
That's why I was asking.
thank
Was
you.
it the 4,000?
Yes.
We're going to save 4,000, including fringe benefits and everything?
correct,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
I move for approval.
Commissioner Byerly has moved. Commissioner Luther, is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay. Can't believe you didn't bring your genealogy nerds up here with you.
I should have, I
I'm telling
should
you what.
have.
Okay.
So-
Any further discussion? Which includes my wife. I'm coming to learn. So, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes.
Thank you.
I call agenda item number 12, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding approval of the purchase of a printer scanner for the South Annex Courtroom in the amount not to exceed $488 from JP Core's Technology Fund, 230-3400-1210. Judge Riley.
Good morning. This is just a very simple request. We don't have a scanner printer in our courtroom, and that would come in very handy to keep our clerks from JP4 and JP2 from having to leave their offices, leave the courtroom to go back to their offices to print things for people to come back in. As Madeline can attest, it would make things much more efficient. So we have plenty of funds in our technology fund, that's statutorily funded by money coming from each conviction that we receive. And so anyway, there's plenty there to cover it. So I would ask for approval.
Okay.
I'd move for approval.
Commissioner Dockery has moved.
Second.
Commissioner Byerly has seconded. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay. All right, close public comment. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Judge. Good to see you. I call agenda item number 13, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding approval of the Burnett County Treasurer's Monthly Report, May 26.
Okay, real quick numbers. Carrie Crownover, Burnett County Treasurer. For May, cash balances for this year, beginning cash and investments balance is $91,338,000. $122.66. We receipted a total of $3,726,323.69. Our interest earnings for May were $259,106.26. We dispersed a total of $7,876,135.44, leaving us with a month-ending cash and investments balance of $87,414,843.87. We did receive contributions to vet rides for $2,337.31. Any questions?
Is there any public comment on this agenda item? I close public comment.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Dockery has moved. Commissioner Collier has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 14, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding invoices without purchase orders or contracts as required by Local Government Code 113.901, the Herman Brown Free Library to Florence Reed for the miscellaneous purchase in an amount not to exceed $128.60. The Sheriff's Office to Chris Craven for the holding of livestock prior to auction in an amount not to exceed $1,150. The Sheriff's Office to Joseph Murray for proceeds from livestock auction in an amount not to exceed $1,580.61. Road and Bridge Precinct 2 to Kimball Midwest for coil cleaner in the amount not to exceed $191.74. And Burnett County Jail to Proper International Sales for polo shirts in an amount not to exceed $229.44. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? I close public comment.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Byerly has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes.
Judge, could we, 5 minutes?
Yeah, we're going to take the time is now 10:05. We're going to take about a 5-minute break. Be back at about 10:10, 10:11, somewhere in there. Huh. Okay. That's just. Time is now 10:11, coming back into session from recess. Call agenda item number 15, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the budget budget interdepartmental line item transfers. Sheriff's Office transferring $1,458 from travel and training to Xerox Agreement Funds 190-5162-4250 and 190-5162-4610 to support licensing fund 5162-4540 to cover shortages in the support licensing agreement. Sheriff's Office transferring $19,057.14 from machine equipment capitalized fund 100-5600-5760 and a grant match fund 100-5600-4800 to machine equipment inventoried fund 100-5600-5750 to purchase vest, no grant. Heart of Texas Auto Theft Task Force transferring $2,784.66 from machine equipment inventoried fund 291-5784-5750 to machine equipment capitalized fund 291-5784-5760. Road and Bridge Precinct 2 transferring $15,000 from professional services fund 320-6120-4010 to gasoline diesel fund 320-6120-3310. Is there any public comment on these agenda items? Close public comment. Do I hear a motion?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Byerly has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 16 to discuss and consider take appropriate action regarding the Sheriff's Office overtime and certificate pay. Suspend Burnett County budget policy to transfer $21,200 from the following funds: dispatcher 100, 5600, 1060, deputies and COs shift 100, 5600, 1058, and then approve interline item transfer of $5,000 from dispatcher funds to overtime dispatcher fund 100, 5600, 1991. Approve interline item transfer of $5,000 from dispatcher funds 100, 5600, 1060 to overtime deputies fund for 100, 5600, 1990, and approve an interline transfer for $11,200 from deputies CO shift fund to 100, 5600, 1058 to certificate fund 100, 5600, and 1105. Is there any, actually, we probably need an explanation of some of this. Do you have that available, Chief?
This is a cleanup, getting Chief Trevino, Barnett County Sheriff's Office. This is a cleanup getting both the dispatcher overtime and the deputy overtime. Hopefully, we've moved enough now to cover the remainder of the year. And then also the certificate pay, if you recall, at the beginning of the year, we were not paying certificate pay to sergeants, and there was no policy. There was not any reason why they shouldn't be getting certificate pay. And at the beginning of the year, there was a court approval to move up to $35,000 in order to cover the shortage in certificate pay, both in the jail and at the sheriff's office by including sergeants for the certificate pay. The dispatch overtime is significant, and it's coming out of those budgets primarily because we are short on dispatchers, and using call takers from the CID, from patrol, and from the jail is creating additional overtime. And so we're just making sure that we have enough to cover the balance of the year.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay. Close public comment.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Luther has moved. Commissioner Byerly has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 17, discuss and take appropriate action regarding that's you again, okay. So county jail overtime pay and fuel, suspend Burnett County policy to transfer $40,000 from the following funds: longevity pay, 270, 5120, 1100, DEP and CO 27, 5120, 1058, and the phone line item, it looked like it was a phone number. It's fixing to give me a phone number on there. 270, 5120, 5200. B, approve line item transfers of $5,935 from longevity pay, Fund 270, 5120, 1100, and 30,000 from DEP CO funds 270, 5120, 1058 to overtime fund 270, 5120, 1990. Approve line item transfers of 5,000 from phone fund 270, 5120, 4200 to fuel fund 270, 5120, 3310. Is there any, go ahead.
Same thing. We're moving money from longevity pay that's covered once a year. That's the balance of longevity pay, and move that balance to overtime, which is already short, and then moved an additional 30,000 from the lap salaries from deputies into the overtime to cover the shortages there. And again, that should be close to getting us to the end of the year with not having to transfer any other out. The fuel shortage is just increase in gas.
Yeah. Okay. Any public comment on this agenda item?
And it's all just a cleanup.
Thank you.
Move for approval.
Close public comment. Commissioner Byerly has moved.
Oh, you second.
Function.
Something happened. I can't. I think I saw something shoot off across the table there. All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 18, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the need for assessment for county road paving conditions, road assessments. A, authorization for the county purchasing agent to seek quotes for county road pavement conditions and road assessments in the amount not to exceed $50,000. Approval of a line item transfer of $50,000 from 300, 5100 to 300, 4010 to cover anticipated expenses of the assessment. Authorize each county commissioner to designate up to 30 miles of county roadway per precinct for assessment and notify the county purchaser prior to seeking quotes. Is there any public comment on this agenda item?
Carol Klingman, county resident, taxpayer. Got a question on road assessments. Define that for me.
Well, actually, would you mind, I'll go ahead and let him introduce it and then you can make your public comment. Would that be okay?
Okay.
I apologize if you don't mind just sitting down just a minute. I should have done that first. I apologize, Mr. Queen. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hopefully this will answer your questions. So this is basically a company that's going to go out and they use these companies use these vehicles that have all kinds of sensors and cameras. Like you see the Google car going around. That's my best example of it. But anyway, they go and they're going to travel the roads we ask them to travel. And they're going to give us some, I would say, a full assessment from condition to the ride, to the right-of-way widths, to the roadway widths and all of that, so that we can get full assessments of our arterial roads in each precinct and, you know, possibly use that to justify funding different projects and things like that.
Okay. Does that answer your question? Now you can make your public comment if you want to. I apologize. At least you've heard what we're talking about.
Okay. Define road condition.
The
You just
condition
use
of
that
the
term.
road. Yeah, the condition of the road, like
Yeah.
what condition, like from
Well,
the base?
last meeting, a lady come up here and thanked Commissioner Collier for fixing her road, which wasn't paved. And my question is, road condition, is this company going to also look at conditions of unpaved roadways?
It's going to look at the condition of the roads we ask it to. We're each going to do up to 30 miles per precinct.
And then it's county maintained road.
Yeah,
County
just
maintained
county
roads.
roads. This is,
Yeah,
that's all.
just within our system.
Well, then down here later says 30 miles of county roadway
Per precinct.
per precinct, roadway. Up above that, you use road pavement conditions. That's two different definitions there.
So they are gonna assess our conditions of our roadway. We have to pick the roadway and then they assess the condition.
Okay, why can't we say all recorded roads?
Because we can't afford that. We have to pick the roads we're gonna do. We can't afford to do them all, in my
Well, that's
opinion.
cherry picking then.
We're gonna pick our 2 roads, yes, sir.
That's what this discussion is about. We're going to have the discussion
Yeah.
in public here. So, okay,
Okay.
thank you. All right, so what the issue here is there's technology available today that can go at highway speeds on the roads that y'all would individually choose for your precincts. And hopefully, and it's up to you, hopefully we would choose arterial roads because they're the ones that have the highest traffic to start off with. This is just kind of an experimental opportunity. This high-speed system will analyze the right-of-way. It'll measure the road. It'll measure the slough-offs. It'll measure the cracks in the road. It'll the potholes, anything that's in there, and give you back a report. And then as we move into the budget cycle, we can make determinations for how. Again, we only have limited amounts of tax revenue. We can, I know you can drive up and down your roads and see what they look like. I get that, but this is an engineered technology that's available to engineers to do a better job of analysis and actually give you a printout of specifically what the conditions of your roads are. We we learned about this technology. We thought it would be something to try out. Talking to some of the other counties, much bigger counties, they're spending $500,000, $300,000 just, but they have thousands and thousands of miles of roads. Hope to God we don't get there, but at this point we do have we do spend a lot of money on our roads, and this is a try to see if this is informative, helpful, to see if there's a better way that we can understand what we're using other technology. We use the traffic count. We're working on our transportation plan, and it would be good to fill in the blanks about, we know how much traffic's going on all our roads. We know how many miles of road. I'm working with the auditors now. I think you probably received a notice from the auditor's office. I got the annual inventory survey from the Texas Department of Transportation. You're going to have to confirm for each one of your precincts that if you've added or subtracted any miles. But in addition to that, it's just a way to more deliberately assess the conditions of our roads and what should be our priorities as a commissioner's court. Yeah, I understand you all have the responsibility individually for your precincts, but together as we draw down on the citizens of this county for improving our road network overall, that this is one way that can be done. So is that a good assessment?
I feel like if this works, that's great, thank you. If this works and gives us the data we need, within 3 to 4 years, at 120 miles a year, give or take, we'll be able to get all of our roads assessed, and we can start making good decisions based on the data that we collect. Even roads we've recently redone, but you can get this to assess it, because sometimes we see the surface, we don't get to see what the technology would tell us as far as the base and the ride and all that good stuff. So, there's a lot more data involved in it than just what we can see with our eyes, so. And if we can foresee some major problems on some of our arterial roads, and within the next 3 to 4 years have all of our roads assessed, if it works the way we hope that it does, then we'll have good data to make good decisions. And then we're not cherry picking what roads get fixed. We're going off the data.
Okay. Any other public comment? I'm going to go ahead and close public comment. And then, so there's 3 parts of this motion. Now, individually, I think what the intention, and commissioners, if it's not correct, is please correct me. But what I'm thinking is, if we adopt this, all 3 items, then you can work individually with the auditor to designate the 30 miles of roads for your, or I should say, not to exceed 30 miles of roads for your precinct. Does that sound reasonable to you? That each of you individually would say which roads you wanted to assess?
Yeah, I would ask that, if you don't mind, get a list of roads to Megan, by the end of next week, so that way we could get this out pretty quickly.
Okay.
And she could go out for quotes, and she's already started to identify, the places she can send it to get the most amount of robust quotes. So
Good, okay. All right, do I have a motion?
I move for approval.
Okay, Commissioner Byerly has moved, Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 19, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action for the authorization of payment of claims previously approved by the county auditor. The expense reports that have been submitted to you previously. Are there any questions? Call for any public comment for this agenda item? Okay, no public comment. I've closed public comment. Do I hear a motion to approve these expenditures reports?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Collier has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 20, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the following. Grant permission for the Sheriff's Office to auction vehicles proceeds to be added to the general fund. Grant permission for the Sheriff's Office to use the funds received from the Sheriff's Office auctioned vehicles. Approve a budget amendment to transfer the Sheriff's Office auction vehicle funds from the general fund to the machine equipment inventoried fund number 100, 5600, 5750. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay, I close public comment. So I guess basically what we have currently, when vehicles get auctioned, that goes to the general fund to be used in the future. In this case, what they're asking here is to move that money to the sheriff's office. I guess, is it going to go into to 100, 5600, 5750? Is that what, that's where it's going to? Well, that, Chief, do we have a specific purpose for that, or is that?
Alan Trevino, Chief Deputy. Yes, we do have a specific purpose. We're wanting to get to improve our ability to haul animals, so we're looking for a new cattle trailer. Ours are very old, very dilapidated, and actually dangerous on the road.
Okay.
And so we're wanting to be able to use those funds as well as current other funds that we have to tie them together and have enough to purchase this trailer. And we do already have a number of quotes already received. We just got them in on Tuesday, too late to be able to add them to the agenda.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you, Commissioners.
I move for approval. Second.
Commissioner Byerly has moved, Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Call agenda item number 21, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the Burnett County departmental asset transfers, AEDs from the Constable Precinct 4 to Sheriff's Office, AEDs from Constable Precinct 4 to Marble Falls Public Library, Public Defender's Office, and the Auditor's Office. A truck bred approval for auction by Commissioners Court on 5/13 to be placed with the Maintenance Department. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay, close public comment. All right, I have a motion.
I move for approval.
Commissioner Dockery has moved. Commissioner Collier has seconded. Any
I'd
further
like to
discussion?
add, Judge, a thanks to Constable Benzal for taking this on. They're preparing spreadsheets for all of the county offices that we have, and making sure in the long term that we end up with AEDs in every office.
Okay, yes, thank you, Constable. I appreciate all the work you've done. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. So we still have a few offices that don't have them, but hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have those filled in. So. Okay, discuss, consider, and take appropriate, I call agenda item number 22, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action to approve, sign, and execute all necessary documents and actions regarding the following contracts, agreements, or grants to be approved and or ratified. Approve a countywide employee ADA training through Traliant in the amount not to exceed $3,800 from Fund 1404990. Amend the contract with Viapath Technologies originally approved in the Commissioners Court on April 1st, 2026 to allow the payment of the technology grant to be paid in one lump sum instead of month to month to finalize the technology project at the jail. To approve additional services with KC Engineering to revise the legal descriptions and exhibits for utility easements for the Wirtz Dam Road project in the amount not to exceed $19,430 from Fund 720-6100-4010. Amend the flock contract with Heart of Texas Auto Theft Task Force originally approved in Commissioners Court on August 26, reducing the contract amount by the $2,850 due to the goods not being received. And the amended contract is an amount not to exceed $27,400, and funding will come from the MVCPA grant funds. Enter a contract with the GOAT Environmental LLC for Briggs Community Center asbestos abatement, air monitoring, and project design in the amount not to exceed $18,886 from Fund 140-6640-5301. Enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Arc of Highland Lakes for reimbursement of direct expenses associated with conducting at least 2 outreach events and distributing approximately 625 emergency preparedness kits to Burnett County residents age 60 and older and individuals with disabilities in an amount not to exceed $77,550. Is there any public comment on this agenda item or any of these items?
Charlie Parker again. I had written out my own, and this is towards agenda, the item D, the flock contracts. I had written out my own public comments, and then I just thought I would read from a Martin Armstrong article that I sent to all of you. I object to any use of mass surveillance cameras, first of all. This is exactly how governments always expand surveillance. They begin with limited purpose that sounds reasonable. Then the technology advances and suddenly the scope becomes limitless. License plate readers were sold as crime-fighting tools. Then they became databases of vehicle movements. Now they're evolving into systems that can reconstruct an individual's entire pattern of life. Privacy advocates have warned that these systems can reveal where people work, where they worship, where they seek medical treatment, and who they associate with. Once that information exists in a searchable database, every government agency will want that access. What is unfolding is a part of a much broader trend. Governments around the world are building digital identification systems, expanding financial surveillance, monitoring communications, and centralizing personal data. At the same time, law enforcement agencies are seeking multiple nationwide access to license plate reader networks that provide near real-time tracking capabilities across the United States. The infrastructure is being assembled piece by piece. Most people only see each individual step. They fail to recognize the larger picture until the system is fully operational. The argument will always be security. It is the oldest justification in history. Every expansion of government power is presented as necessary for public safety. Yet once these surveillance systems are built, they are rarely scaled back. Instead, new uses are constantly discovered. Today, the target is criminals. Tomorrow, it may be political opponents, protesters, journalists, or anyone deemed suspicious by those in power. History has repeatedly shown that governments never surrender tools that enhance control over the population. The greatest threat is not the technology itself. Technology is neutral. The danger lies in believing that governments, corporations, and bureaucracies can be trusted indefinitely with unlimited access to information about every citizen's movements, associations, and daily life. When your phone, your vehicle, your wearable devices, and even your pet become tracking beacons feeding a centralized surveillance network, we are no longer talking about crime prevention. We are talking about the creation of a digital
Thank you, Mr.
leash
Parker. You can wrap
attached
up
to
your last,
every individual. Once that infrastructure
Mr.
exists,
Parker,
the
you can wrap up your-
temptation is to abuse it becomes inevitable.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I can look at you any way I want to, sir. No, sir? I'm Brian. Okay. Any other public comment?
I move for.
I close public comment. Commissioner Byerly has moved.
Second.
Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Call agenda item number 23. Discuss, consider, and take appropriate action to approve, sign, and execute all necessary documents and actions regarding the Title VI Compliance Non-Discriminatory Statement, Title VI Non-Discriminatory Assurances, and Title VI Non-Discriminatory Plan to remain in compliance with as a TxDOT grant subrecipient. So just a quick overview of this, Commissioners, as you know, or I think I mentioned to some of you before, and I think I've mentioned in court that the situation here is that we have been out of compliance for quite some time, but when we received the $10 million notification and award through the Appropriations Committee at the U.S., through the U.S. government, all of a sudden TxDOT took great interest and has insisted that we get into total compliance with our ADA and now this Title VI, which is a kind of a companion piece to it. In this situation, I think there's Mr. Arredondo, I think there's an issue where one of the requirements is a statement has to be included on every single contract that this county signs. Is that correct? And we still need a little bit more time to work that out in kind of in a way that it fits a road contract like it does a service contract as it does something at the sheriff's office, correct? So there's just so many different kinds. So we need to work on that. So what do you, so if we can, we have to adopt the assurances that's set by federal law, correct? And so there's three things on here. We agree not to discriminate, and that we have in our packet. We agree to have the assurances that we'll take remedial action and take appropriate actions as a governmental entity consistent with federal law, that we can do today. But it's just the statement that you would like time to work on.
If we could be granted a little bit of time to get that cleaned up, you could either hold off on that and bring it again to the next Commissioners Court, or if you want, you can authorize us to come up with that wording. But then that does not give you the opportunity to look it over and make sure you're comfortable with it. But either way, we just need a little bit of time to work on that statement.
Okay. So for the first two, all of it needs to be worked on, or just that part of it? Okay, all right. So can we just skip this for now? And then we'll notify TxDOT that we'll get into compliance as soon as we can. Is there objection to the skipping? Okay. I call agenda item number 24, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the authorization for the Burnett County Judge acting as Chief Executive Member of the Western Regional Radio System, WRRS, and to enter into a service agreement with Motorola Solutions for Western Regions Phase 2, microwave replacement in the amount not to exceed $559,144.89, total per year for 5 years using the using funds designated restricted funds for WRRS from the restricted account 160-4071-5760 beginning October 1st, 2027. Said expenses will be distributed to all members at that time, and they are payable based on the interlocal agreements established by the WRRS. So just a quick background. about 5 years ago. Joe Don, if I'm wrong on the time, we upgraded. We have in our Western Regional Tower System, we have 12 towers that we're operating. About 5 years ago, these are emergency communication towers for Llano, Blanco, City of Marble Falls, and Burnett County. And about 5 years ago, we did the upgrade of the southern, which is Llano and Blanco counties. And so now it's our turn. The money is paid for by subscriber fees to all the VFDs and school districts and anybody who uses radios to use the emergency communication system. It's a very low fee for a year. It's like a little over $20 per user. And so those fees go into a restricted account in Burnett. They go into a restricted account in City of Marble Falls, Llano, and Blanco. And then now it's time for us to upgrade all the 4 towers in the northern part. That would be Lampasas, Watson, 281, and the one out at your precinct barn, the Bertram. So of course, anyway, so I'm just trying to make sure we have right now about $630,000 in our account. Marble Falls has confirmed they have about $400,000. So. But the first payment of this is not actually going to happen until FY28. But the Motorola has reached out to us to immediately start installing our microwave towers. We've had several failures over the last year in our towers, and we need to upgrade our microwaves. So I'm just running it by y'all to make sure that you know what I'm doing as executive member of the Western Regional System, and just asking you to support me. Like I said, on our own, without billing the other three jurisdictions, we already have more than enough in our account to cover this cost. In our reserve account, it's not budgeted right now. So.
Yes, sir. And then also, one other additional point is that also brings us into compliance with the Gator system, which we're a part of.
Right.
The Greater Austin Communication Network. And this is the backbone of what we do. This is our 911 system. This is how we communicate with first responders. So it has to work.
And Marble Falls has been having regular outages for the last several months, and we really need to get this done. So that's why I'm pushing for it for now, even though we don't pay for it into the future. So is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay.
One additional point.
I close public comment.
There's no interest on this.
Yeah,
This
if we
is
do the 5-year
interest-free.
plan, it's totally interest-free, and we own all the equipment when we get done. So it'll last about 15 to 20 years.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Barley has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Call agenda item number 25, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the approval, rejection of quotes for the repairs to the sheriff's office gym bathroom shower in the amount not to exceed $37,369.50 funded from the Burnett County Sheriff's CHP 59 State Forfeiture Funds, Fund 190, 5162, 3300. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay, I close public comment. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Barley has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Call agenda item number 26, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action concerning call for bids and bid openings, requests for proposals, qualifications, authorization to go out for requests for proposals for pavement condition survey and assessment.
I don't think we have to do that.
We already did that.
We're doing the quote route
Okay, sorry about that.
because
Okay,
yeah.
so not necessarily, we'll skip it. Call agenda item number 27, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding the request for qualifications, RFQ 264090, 04, vendor selected on May 12, 2026, enter into a contract with Stantec Engineering in the Historic Properties Inventory Assessment and Land Use Planning Services in the amount not to exceed $50,000 from account number 140-6640-4000. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? I close public comment. Do I hear a motion?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Luther has moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dockery has seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 29, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding and accepting and rejecting the request for proposals, RFP for bid number 264950-01, comprehensive annual financial report, single audit if necessary, services to be in an amount not to exceed $210,000 from Fund 100-490-4060. So what we have in the packet, we've looked over the qualifications for these companies. I know they incorporated price, but the reality was that there's just a stark difference in the qualifications under 2254-004. And so I just there's one company, the one that we're currently using, Patillo Brown and Hill, has just a tremendous amount of counties. They do Bastrop. They do the rest of them seem to do well. One's a small local company just getting its start. The other one does some cities, but really only has Bell County in their, at least in the portfolio that they turned in. So while 2254-004 says we should focus mostly on the skill set for selecting a professional service, they did provide prices in this call, but the reality is we should just focus on the qualifications for these individual services. So.
Move to select Patillo Brown.
Is there a second? Or is there any questions? Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Okay. Close public comment.
I'll second Patillo Brown and Hill.
Commissioner Collier has seconded. Any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye. 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 All those opposed say no. Motion passes. Call agenda item number 30. Oh, where do we, because we skipped 28 with the other one. Discuss and consider and take appropriate action regarding directing the Information Technology IT Department to immediately and all times permit the county auditors to place inventory tracking tags on the county-owned hardware, assets for inventory control and asset management purposes. Any public comment on this agenda item? Okay. Close public comment. Ms. Glazer, do you want to give us an update? Okay, it might be. Okay.
I think it's working. Is it on?
I can't see. Okay. This is the update from the IT assets that have been purchased and not inventoried yet. In the past 2 weeks, we've been able to get one server to produce the Synology diagnostic report. And in that, it identified about $20,000 worth of hard drives. And then we also tagged a couple of switches that were in boxes. That leaves about $240,000 that needs to be identified and inventoried. The remaining items relate to about 4 more additional servers and their components. According to the IT staff, the other 2 servers are in the data center room and the hard drives are installed in them. However, it's not to the point where you can run that diagnostic on those 2. And then the other 2 servers are being assembled in another room, and the components aren't even in there yet. And as discussed, the most efficient method to document the servers and associated hard drives is by using the Synology report. We still need also to identify the amount of RAM associated with each one of these servers, which I think we can do. But using the Synology report would be my preferred method to obtain the documentation needed for tracking. One, it reduces the manual data collection and taking the servers down and putting them back up. And then it can also be used for, if the external auditors want to look at these assets during their audit, they can verify the asset and the components as well. So to complete this task, each asset must be assigned to the specific location, have the components identified, and have the verified value of those records. And IT has said that the servers are expected to be operational enough to run the Synology report by the end of fiscal year. So what I would like to do is let them finish configuring them and letting the Synology reports run instead of pulling the hard drives and looking at them individually. However, in September, if that hasn't happened, then I don't think I have any other choice but to manually do the inventory on the servers and where everything stands. So what I would like to do is let IT continue with their process, and then when they get the servers done, they can let us know, and we'll go over and get the reports. And then if September 1, the first court, if they haven't finished the servers enough, then I think we need to go in and actually manually shut down the servers and pull the hard drives, if that's okay. But we've made some progress, and we're also working on the new items that are purchased here forward. I think we've worked that process out too, to where this doesn't happen again.
Okay, so anything that arrives in Burnett County over $500 is coming to your office and being tagged at that time?
The IT piece, other items like that road grader thing that's supposed to come, I don't
No,
want
it's
that.
got to be delivered to your office and then be,
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we'll come
You're
out.
talking about Jim's
and we'll do
Boom
that.
Ax, you don't want it in your
Yeah,
office.
I don't want
okay.
that in my office.
Fair enough. Is that okay, Jim?
So, but we'll come out and we'll tag
But
it.
back to the physical tagging, to keep this, in other words, this issue cannot happen going forward, because now when anything that's invoiced that's greater than $500 is coming to and being recorded and received, and if it needs a tag, it'll get a tag and then provided back to the department.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So we
Okay,
should
well,
have.
that's a huge win.
Yes.
So, okay.
And it'll take some time.
Yeah,
You know,
but I mean, at least we.
Address has changed.
I understand, but I'm just saying, but going forward,
Yeah.
we're doing everything we can to stop this issue from going forward. That's, for today, that's good.
And if in September I do have to manually do that and I'm allowed to do it, you won't see me again.
Okay.
But if you see me again, then
Okay.
we'll have to take other steps.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Do I hear a motion? Okay, well, then we're going to skip.
I don't think we need to.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Is there any action?
I don't need a motion, right? I'm just making sure.
Update.
Okay. I'm skipping unless there's an objection. Okay, I call agenda item number 31, discuss, consider, and take appropriate action regarding using unobligated funds that were previously authorized in Commissioners Court on January 27, 26 from account number 710-5040-5770, labeled as ComServe Pro Burnett County Fiber, $500,000. Authorize payment to the city of Burnett to move electrical and or other transmission lines on their poles for room for county fiber in an amount not to exceed $25,000. B, to purchase and install a backup generator for 127 East Jackson, including labor and materials for associated electrical work, and make generator operational in the amount not to exceed $30,000. Okay. Is there any public comment on this agenda item? Close public comment?
Are you gonna finish? C?
Where's C?
See? Well, we were just gonna discuss what.
Okay,
which
I
buildings is one of
apologize.
them.
I'm sorry, it didn't get copied over. Please.
But it's basically to authorize the locations where facilities maintenance is gonna approve locations.
I felt like there was something missing, but I couldn't see it. Sorry. Something happened in translation. C, authorize specific locations, and thank you for pointing that out, of county-owned buildings in Commissioners Court for the Facilities Maintenance Department to plan and approve locations, subject to the city and other restrictions to install the internal connections for fiber optic service, including the purchase of materials and labor not to exceed $50,000. Thank you.
And most of them are complete, like courthouse is underground.
Okay,
So we've already got a path there, so we're not hitting it aerial.
okay.
Unless there's just gonna have to be some pipe coming, maybe in the ceiling to get over there to it. I think our biggest one is over at the sheriff's office. That's gonna be the one we have left. Library, I think they've completed. And so that's, basically it's those three buildings.
Okay, but we're given the Facilities and Maintenance Department the authority to figure out where that needs to go and make sure that they
Yes.
have their connection. So
Yeah.
I don't want the discussion to limit what we're trying to do when it's going to be up to.
Yeah, it's up for
we're-
maintenance.
We're up to them to make sure that they have the connectivity on whatever buildings need to be done.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry, I'm not trying to, I don't want the conversation to get confused. Okay, so, all right, is there any, so as far as the 500,000, there was a 500,000 allocation to ComServe Pro Burnett County Fiber. That the reason there's money left over is because the actual cost of the fiber
Was lower.
The bid to install the aerial fiber was lower, so we're taking that money and applying it to these categories. Is that
Exactly.
correct? Okay. All right.
Yep. I move to approve A, B, and C.
Okay.
Second.
Commissioner Collier has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passes. I call agenda item number 32, acknowledgement of receipt, PEC Utility Connections, June 8th, PEC Utility Connections, June 15th, Burnett County Auditors FY25 Monthly Financial Report, May. And then I see a D, but I don't know what it is. Is there something on D? Okay. And then is there any public comment? So these are just acknowledgements, so no actions is necessary. So is there no public comment, no comments from the calendar review? So we just announced a June 2nd, meet you at the flagpole prayer and celebration time for, thank God we're Americans at 250 years later. Anything else on your calendars that you want to mention? Okay.
Joe, oh, never mind. HHW in October is slated for the 10th.
October 10th,
Did we confirm that?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Do I hear a motion?
Move to adjourn. Second.
Commissioner Byerly has moved. Commissioner Luther has seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion passes.
Don't stay here, guys. In case. I don't know, but shut up.